I want to welcome everybody to the first of two Sabbath studies today. Let's open with a word of prayer. Holy God, we thank you that we can be here today. We know we're living at the end of the world. Things are happening all around us that can at times be confusing and hard to understand. We pray for a blessing today, a blessing that we might be able to better understand what's happening. And not only to understand what's going on in the world, but that we might also have clarity on what our role is in end-time prophecy. In Jesus' name, Amen. I've received some questions. I'm going to try to answer as many as we can. Before I do that, I know people who have joined us internationally weren't here in our Sabbath school this morning. But I just want to make a comment about some of the points. For those who have joined us online, we're hopefully back. In our study this morning, our local study that we had, the discussion centered around recent studies and how overwhelming the information is. But not only that, it's also the amount of information, and that some of the concepts, some of the ideas especially those that are shared by myself, are not understood by members. And the reason it's not understood is because I don't explain it well. So I just want to address that point. I think sometimes we forget that the enormous amount of information that we're dealing with now is being compressed into days, weeks and months. It's not much more than a decade ago where this amount of information would be spread over several years. Studies, say for instance about the 2520, were conducted over at least a 12-month period, the same study over and over again. So we're not in that time period, and we have an enormous amount of information that's been compressed in a short amount of time. You're not the only ones that are struggling with that. I and other teachers are grappling with this issue. That's point one, or that's my first response. This is not meant to be a defense, it's meant to be an explanation. The second issue is it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. If I use the wrong word, I hope you give me the grace to carry on. This movement has had wrong ideas in the past. I say the phrase wrong ideas because people don't like me saying mistakes. Those wrong ideas have been taught from the highest levels. I know many of you don't like to hear that, but I think it's an accurate representation of our history. Elder Jeff, Elder Tess, all the other lead-in teachers that we've had in the past have all had misunderstandings. We're required to accept that. What that means is that myself and others, of course yourselves, have to review past material and try to work out what's correct and what isn't correct. What remains and what needs to be changed. Unfortunately for everybody, that is being done in real time. That means we're teaching and at the same time learning, which we've never done in the past. Elder Jeff, Elder Tess spent months, perhaps even years, developing their thoughts and ideas before they ever stood up before the movement and shared their ideas. We're not doing that today. We don't have the luxury to do that. And that makes things very hard for you to keep up with and understand. So we're learning while we're teaching. Things are happening. There's a lot of information to share. And we're having to correct misunderstandings, if you want to call them mistakes, of the past. I want to add one more perspective, which is connected to myself. Sometimes I'll just call it an idea. You might call it a feeling. I don't want to venture on to whether or not God is involved in that or not. Sometimes I would explain things in a way that can be confusing. In the past, I wouldn't address, I'll just say, that particular subject until I understood it well, which means I have a prophetic argument to make. For the reasons I've stated already, I don't do that any longer. I'll share my thoughts and ideas. I'll say prematurely. And those thoughts and ideas may seem vague, not concrete, and sometimes confusing. And it can take some time before a prophetic model is at least understood by myself. That I could then go back and understand for myself and then explain what I was teaching in the past, the recent past. So that's a brief explanation of what's of why things are difficult. I know people this morning the question was asked, where are we on the line? We're a lot further than most people think. I just want to say that without saying any much more than that. It will be for others to develop those ideas and share them, I think. But just so that collectively that we can begin to accept we're a lot further than we were in October last year. If you wanted to call that the internal waymark of the increase of knowledge. I'm not saying it was, but if you think it was, we've moved on quite a bit since then. So, I'm going to turn to the questions now. Question 1. Actually, before I do them in numerical order, is there anyone that you particularly want me to address first? I'm just asking Shemaine that question. I got the questions from Shemaine. Okay. So, question 1. The translator should have this. Why does the sixth kingdom fall, and what causes its downfall? As I think about it, question 1 may not be the best one to have started with, but we will do that because I might address issues that are in further questions. So it's about the sixth kingdom, the rise and fall. Who can tell us when the sixth kingdom rises? Comes into prophecy. 5 have fallen, one is yet to come. So I prefer to have a mic, but several people already shouted out the answers. The visitors, I should add. 1798. So this is Daniel 11 verse 40, the time of the end. If we're okay with that. So the question implies that the sixth kingdom does indeed fall, which we all agree. When does the sixth kingdom end? If you're not going to take a mic, please don't speak.
(2024).
So I've got 2024. What's 2024?
Sunday law.
So I'm going to change that to the Sunday law. Anyone else? No one else has either a different number or opinion? I've got Sunday law 2024. Put your hand up if you have a different answer. Okay, so I got the US elections. Is that in 2024? Yes? Okay, so it's what's already on the board? Okay. Anyone else? Sophie? (1989). And what's that?
The start of the seventh kingdom.
I don't want to do that. I've got 2024 Sunday law, US election. What's 1989? Oh, you didn't give me an answer. I'm waiting. Just take.
I would say the fall of the king of the south.
The fall of the sixth kingdom is connected to the fall of the king of the south. What's the connection?
It's not a connection, but it's at the same time.
I need I need. You don't know. You don't have one. Okay, that's fine. I'll put time at the end at least. Tamina?
Could we say the beginning of the fall of the sixth kingdom? 1989.
Just the end will do, please. You said the beginning of the end. Is that the end?
Beginning of the fall.
What's the end of the fall?
24.
Okay. So same as Raquel.
I don't remember what she said.
It's on the board. 2024 Sunday law, and Adrian said election.
Yeah, for me it's a time period, the fall.
I want the end of that time period.
24.
So I've got 3 people for that and 1 person for 89. Anyone else? Different answer? Or just you want to add something?
Daniel 11, 40 to 45, 46 shows the king of the north
Just need
going
the answer.
after.
Just need the answer for the end of the 6th.
The answers will be at the final.
You tell me the answer.
No, because you see there, king of the south, the glorious land,
I want to stop
and
you.
the world.
Let me stop you. Let me stop
And
you.
that date, I
Let-
think, will be
no.
the fall.
Let me stop you. Give me the year or the waymark for the end of the 6th. That's all I want. Don't want an explanation of why.
I think I don't have it yet.
Okay, you don't know. So I'll take your name off that then. Anyone else? So, we had the US elections 2 years ago. Either people don't know, or the people that have commented believe that there is no 6th kingdom at the moment. It's completely gone. Yep. Okay. So the question was not when, but why. What causes the 6th kingdom to fall? I suppose I should give my answer. Close of probation. I just put me so that we know. Me. Me. Otherwise people won't know who said that. Yeah. I'm very smiling because when someone said 2024, you didn't say, what does that mean? What's your waymark? So translating this.
So I thought it was Sunday law. I thought it was Sunday law.
That's why you asked me to, what am I talking about? It's because you don't agree with me. Not because you don't understand what I said. Just want to get that clear. Okay. There's no beginning and endings of things. I've tried to address that issue on other occasions. So, what's some characteristics about the 6th? Are we okay to believe that it's a lamb? Revelation 12, 13, 13. I need to, if you don't agree, raise your voice. Because I'm assuming everybody agrees with that. Okay. Beast. This is Revelation 17. Is there a beast? Nobody knows? Somebody says no, there isn't a beast. What's the question? I'm trying to get characteristics. I'm asking in the history of the sixth. I've identified the symbol of lamb. I put a tick there. I gave the chapter for reference. Beast. I've given a specific context for that, Revelation 17. Not beast in general. Is there a beast in the sixth kingdom? Raquel said no. You say no? Okay. I'm saying there is one. There is a beast in the sixth kingdom. But it's dead. It's not alive. The beast is there, dead. If it wasn't there, then the symbol of beast would not be a panoramic explanation of Revelation 17. You couldn't have a beast that covers the whole of the history. Because when we say woman is from beginning to end. And then it says she is connected with a beast. So I'm saying there is a beast in the sixth period, but it's not alive. And because it's dead, people simplify the modeling and say there's no beast. So if you're comfortable to say that a dead beast means no beast, you can do that. You can say there's no living beast, but I would contend that there's a dead beast. Does anybody want to comment? Sophie?
So when you say that there's a beast in Revelation 17 in the sixth kingdom, it's to allow us to continue to see the panoramic vision?
Yes.
But for me, when we say beast, that equals to being alive. So maybe I don't fully understand your explanation. Or maybe I don't agree with it.
Are you not sure yourself?
I think it's that I don't agree.
Good. What do you think it looks like?
The beast, or what do you mean? What does it look like? What?
You said you don't agree with what I've just said. So you tell me what you think it looks like. We have... Are you happy to say that there's 7 women?
I haven't thought about this question.
If I were to say there's one woman who dresses 7 different ways, would you be happy with that?
Si je suis en train de dire qu'il y a 7 femmes qui s'habillent de 7 manières différentes, est-ce que tu serais d'accord avec cette explication?
Yes.
And are you happy with you meet somebody who dresses completely different and you say you look like a new person?
Et tu serais d'accord si je dis tu rencontres quelqu'un, elle est habillée différemment et ressemble à une personne tout à fait différente.
It's a phrase that most people use.
C'est l'expression que les gens utilisent.
You meet somebody, they lose 10 kilograms, and you say you look a completely different, brand new person.
Tu rencontres quelqu'un, elle a perdu 10 kilos et tu dis ah, tu ressembles à une personne tout à fait différente maintenant.
So if I were to say that one woman
S'il me fallait dire que cette femme
can be understood as 7 women
peut être comprise comme étant 7 femmes,
because she looks very different through history,
parce qu'elle est très différente à travers l'histoire.
be happy with that?
Est-ce que tu serais d'accord avec ça?
So does the woman exist in all 7 dispensations?
Est-ce que la femme, elle existe dans les 7 dispensations?
So she's there in the 6th.
Donc elle se trouve dans la 6e.
So would you agree that there's 7 beasts,
Est-ce que tu es d'accord qu'il y a 7 bêtes
or only 6?
ou il n'y en a que 6?
In my logic, I would have said 6.
In the 6th history of the 6th,
Dans l'histoire du 6e,
where's the woman?
où se trouve la femme?
It's right here. It's just there. It just exists. It's just there.
How do you know she exists just there, wherever there is?
Comment sais-tu qu'elle existe là par rapport à là, ce que signifie cela?
Because we describe it as just being an entity with an ideology. So it can be there.
Is her ideology being exercised?
Est-ce que son idéologie est exercée? Non.
So she's not doing anything, but she just is there.
Elle ne fait rien, mais elle est là.
So how do you know she's there?
Mais comment sais-tu qu'elle est là?
How do you know she's universally there in each of the 7 dispensations?
Comment sais-tu qu'elle se trouve dans chacune des 7 dispensations?
That she just hasn't gone on holiday and given up?
Et qu'elle n'est pas partie en vacances et qu'elle a abandonné?
What makes you think that she's there
Qu'est-ce qui te fait penser qu'elle est là?
besides the inference or the symbology of Revelation 17?
Hormis l'influence et la symbolique utilisée dans l'Apocalypse 17.
Before you answer,
Avant que tu ne répondes,
whatever answer you're going to give
quelle que soit la réponse que tu donneras,
will be the same answer that I will give, that there's a beast in the 6th history.
ça sera la même réponse que j'ai donnée qui dit qu'il y a une bête dans l'histoire numéro 6.
Because they're the same arguments.
Parce que c'est le même argument.
You said outside of Revelation 17. How do I prove it?
Oh, I don't think I said that, did I? I never said that. No, I actually put Revelation 17 because I said it's the beast is being defined in a Revelation 17 context.
La bête a été définie dans le contexte d'Apocalypse 17.
Because we all know a lamb is a beast,
Parce que nous savons qu'un agneau, c'est une bête.
but it's used differently in chapter 12, chapter 13 than it is in 17.
Mais ce mot, la bête, est utilisé différemment dans le chapitre 13 et le chapitre 17.
Does anybody have another comment?
Est-ce que quelqu'un d'autre a un commentaire?
I'm not sure that I understand your explanation of that there's a beast in Revelation 17 and has to do something with panoramic.
Je ne crois pas. Je ne suis pas sûre de comprendre ton explication disant que dans la version panoramique, il y a une bête.
I'm not going to answer that query.
Je ne vais pas répondre à cette requête.
I'm going to try and move on. Hopefully, it will get explained.
Je vais essayer d'avancer et j'espère que ça va être répondu.
We've discussed the lamb, a beast.
Nous avons discuté de l'agneau, de la bête.
I'll just make this point, then I'll come back.
Je fais ce point, je reviens.
I just want to discuss the woman.
Je veux discuter de la femme.
So there's a woman,
Il y en a une femme
again discussed in Revelation 17.
qui est discutée dans le chapitre 17 d'Apocalypse.
And is there a woman in the sixth kingdom?
Et est-ce qu'il y a une femme dans le sixième royaume?
Sophie said yes, so I'm just going to say yes.
Sophie a dit oui, donc je vais mettre une coche.
When I spoke about the beast, I said it's dead.
Quand je parle de la bête et que je déclare qu'elle est morte,
And with the woman,
et avec la femme,
I'm going to say, I'm actually going to say she's on holiday,
et je vais dire qu'elle est en vacances.
not doing anything,
Elle ne fait rien.
not even interested in doing anything.
Elle n'est même pas intéressée à faire quoi que ce soit.
She's not trying to do anything, she's just not interested.
Elle n'essaie même pas de faire quelque chose, elle n'y est pas du tout intéressée.
Marilyn?
I don't know if I understood everything. But it seems to me that when we talk about the beast, we mean a combination of the bad woman and the head. From what I understand of what you're saying,
Can I just stop you there for a moment?
Est-ce que je peux t'arrêter un moment?
So, if it's not clear on the board,
Si ce n'est pas clair au graphique,
I want to make it absolutely clear.
je veux le rendre très clair.
The beast
La bête
and the woman
et la femme
are two completely different things.
sont deux choses complètement différentes.
The beast
La bête
is not the woman,
n'est pas la femme,
it's not a combination of something and the woman.
ce n'est pas une combinaison de quelque chose avec la femme.
They're completely separate, independent, I'll just say things.
Ce sont je dirais, une chose totalement séparée et indépendante.
So I don't know if that's going to change what you're about to say.
J'ignore si ça va changer ce que tu étais sur le point de dire.
yes. So can you clarify once again this beast then in that context?
In a minute,
Dans une minute,
all I want to say is that Revelation 17 says there's a beast and it's not the woman, and there's a woman and it's not the beast.
donc tout ce que je veux dire, c'est qu'Apocalypse 17 dit qu'il y a une bête qui est une femme et que cette femme, ce n'est pas la bête. La bête, ce n'est pas la femme.
Just at that level.
Juste à ce niveau.
It's hard for me to view it, to understand it.
It's only hard
C'est simplement difficile.
because you have preconceived ideas.
C'est parce que tu as des idées préconçues.
If you never had preconceived ideas, it wouldn't be difficult.
Si tu n'avais pas d'idées préconçues, ça ne serait pas difficile.
If I showed you a story
Si je te montre une histoire,
where there was a beast
il y a une bête
and there was something that was sitting on top of the beast,
et il y a quelque chose qui est assis au-dessus de cette bête,
you would know
tu aurais su
that they're not the same thing.
que ce n'est pas la même chose.
They're two separate things
C'est deux choses différentes
that having a relationship.
qui ont une relation.
I agree with what you're describing. I agree with what you said, but we've learned in the different camp meetings and presentations that the head is an institution with power,
We're not talking about heads, just beasts and women. I'll do the head in a moment.
I'm confused.
You said a minute ago that that the beast was some combination of something. And I'm just showing you here, no combination. If we can agree with that, we can move on. So there wouldn't be any confusion at that level. You mentioned head. That's also in Revelation 17. Let's talk about heads. Is there a head in the sixth dispensation, the sixth period? I'm just going to say yes, and unless someone disagrees. All good? Is the head alive or dead? I've stated that the beast is dead. I don't know if we all agree. I hope we do. We could prove it. Just want to go back to the beast. When you get to the sixth period, the beast is there. It's dead. And because it's dead, the woman says, I don't like the way you look. I'm leaving. So I'm going to say the woman's not there. She's on holiday. She's alive and well, but she doesn't like dead things. So she walks away. Is anybody not okay with that model? Okay, so either you're not sure or you are okay. So now I've gone to the head. Does everybody agree that there is a head in the sixth? Hopefully that's relatively straightforward. My question is the head alive or dead? Alive? Dead? Okay, so no one said it's dead, so we're going to put alive. So let's try and put some of these thoughts together. So what I'm about to explain is how I understand things. I don't like speaking on other people's behalf, but I think there's a consensus. This is not just my opinion. I'm not going to call it a movement position. I'm just saying this is correct. So let's begin with there's a thing. So I'm going to say there's a thing, and we're going to describe that thing in different ways. And another way of expressing that term different ways means with a symbol. So we're going to explain the thing, which is the real thing, the actual thing that you can read in the newspaper, or you could visit it. It's going to be described by a symbol, and not just one symbol. We're going to describe that one thing using different symbols. So that's not a new idea. But what might be new is that it's not that common. It does happen sometimes, but it's not common that you use different symbols to describe the same thing in the same chapter or in the same story. Normally, the thing is described by one symbol in one story. Revelation 17, the thing is going to be described by various symbols in the same story. And so what that tells you, there'll be one story, and it's going to look at that same story in different ways in the same chapter. And that can make Revelation 17 difficult to understand. So we won't describe what the thing is, but it's going to be called king. Could be king or kings, doesn't matter. Beast and head. And I think there's one more. Horn. I'm not going to put mountain. I'm going to put horn. Muriel? Question? Why?
Because
Why I'm putting horn and not mountain?
Because the verse says mountain.
I'm sure your verse says mountain. My verse says horn. What's my verse? Natasha said verse 3. No? 12. I'll go with verse 3 because verse 12 is the explanation of verse 3. Verse 12, Natasha's verse, is the explanation of verse 3. And you want to take me to verse 9, Muriel? And I'm going to say verse 9 is an explanation of verse 3. Are you okay with that? No?
Yes, so we can put both. Horn and mountain. Because 9 is the explanation of 3.
Far be it from me to constrain the way you want to explain it. Don't apologize, please. So I'm going to put an arrow here and put mountain. And I'll put an arrow here. And what will I put here? Kings. Are we okay with that? So, you know the word pedantic? So I don't want to be difficult, awkward, or pedantic. I don't want to be pedant, but I want to put mountain and king underneath
Mais je vais mettre montagne et roi en dessous.
because they're not the thing.
Parce que ce n'est pas la chose.
They're not the symbol of the thing.
Ce n'est pas le symbole de la chose.
They're a secondary explanation.
C'est une explication secondaire.
So I'm not saying that both Natasha and Muriel were wrong.
Alors, je ne veux pas dire que Natacha et Muriel ont tort.
So I've got this break here,
J'ai donc cette séparation-là.
but I'm going to change that
Mais je vais le changer
to an equal.
avec égal.
So a king equals a beast equals a head equals a horn.
Alors, le roi, ça équivaut à une bête, à une tête et à une corne.
Is everybody okay with that?
Est-ce que tout le monde est d'accord
That each of those symbols
que chacun de ces symboles
is a complete explanation, a complete definition of the thing.
c'est une définition totale ou complète de la chose.
It's not part of the thing, it is the thing.
Ça ne fait pas partie de la chose, mais c'est la chose.
It's a different perspective of the same thing.
C'est une perspective différente de la même chose.
That becomes important
Ça devient important
later on in the study
plus tard dans l'étude
to know whether or not what I've just said is true or false, or correct or incorrect.
pour savoir plus tard dans l'étude si ce que je dis est vrai ou faux ou correct ou incorrect.
Because some people are going to think,
Parce que certaines personnes vont penser,
based upon how they read the chapter,
selon leur lecture du chapitre,
that those 10 horns
que ces 10 corps
are part of something.
font partie de quelque chose.
And the something
Et ce quelque chose
is the thing that I've just got here.
est la chose là que j'ai ici.
So they might not mind
Peut-être qu'ils ne vont pas, peu leur importe
that the beast is the thing,
que la bête est la chose,
but they don't conceptualize that the 10 horns are the thing.
mais ils ne vont pas conceptualiser que les 10 cornes sont la chose.
They will imagine
Ils vont imaginer
or suppose,
ou supposer,
assume
assumer
that because the horns are on the head, which are on the beast,
parce que les cornes sont sur la tête qui sont sur la bête,
the horns must be part of the thing, not the thing.
la corne doit faire partie de la chose mais ne doit pas être la chose.
And if that confused you,
Et si ça vous rend confus,
I think all of us agree
je pense que nous sommes tous et toutes d'accord
that the head
que la tête
is not part of the beast.
ne fait pas partie de la bête.
Put your hands up if you think that the head is part of a beast.
Levez la main si vous pensez que la tête fait partie de la bête.
So no one put their hand up.
Personne n'a levé la main.
Put your hand up if you think the head is the beast.
Levez la main si vous pensez que la tête est la bête.
And no one put their hand up. so I'm going to give up now. There are 7 heads.
Il y a 7 têtes.
So if I just use the symbol head,
Si j'utilise seulement le symbole de tête,
I won't get anywhere.
je n'irai nulle part.
But if I use the symbol 7 heads,
Mais si j'utilise le symbole de 7 têtes,
that means there are 7 separate symbols.
ça veut dire qu'il y a 7 symboles séparés.
Head 1 is not head 2.
La tête numéro 1 n'est pas la tête numéro 2.
They're 2 very different symbols.
Ce sont 2 symboles très différents.
But
Mais
I think we all believe
je pense que nous allons le croire.
the thing,
La chose,
whatever that thing is,
quel que soit, quoi que soit cette chose,
at the very beginning of history,
au commencement même de cette histoire,
the thing
cette chose,
was head number 1.
c'était la tête numéro 1.
Do we all agree with that?
Est-ce que nous sommes d'accord?
When head number 1 died,
Quand la tête numéro 1 est morte
then we got head number 2.
et que nous sommes arrivés à la tête numéro 2,
Head number 2,
la tête numéro 2
that then became the thing.
est devenue donc la chose.
Do we agree with that?
Est-ce que nous sommes d'accord?
So each head,
Donc chaque tête,
7 different heads,
7 têtes différentes,
are all the thing
sont toutes les, sont, représentent toute la chose,
as the thing goes through history.
alors que la chose parcourt l'histoire.
Agree with that?
Vous êtes d'accord?
The beast,
La bête,
there's only one beast.
il n'existe qu'une seule bête.
I'm saying the beast is the thing,
Je dis que la bête, c'est la chose.
and that's what helps you to prove,
Et c'est ce qui vous permet de prouver,
believe,
de croire
that head 1 and head 2 are always the thing.
que la tête 1 et 2 est toujours la chose.
So I'm saying
Ce que je suis en train de dire,
you can conceptualize this
vous pouvez le conceptualiser
as beast 1 and beast 2.
comme étant la bête numéro 1, la bête numéro 2.
We know that there are 7 heads, different heads.
Nous savons qu'il y a 7 têtes, donc des têtes différentes.
So these are different.
Donc, ces têtes-là sont différentes.
Only one beast.
Il n'y a qu'une seule bête.
I've called it 1 and 2,
Je vais les appeler 1 et 2.
but I'm going to put that in parentheses because there are not 2 beasts.
Parce que je vais mettre en parenthèse parce qu'il ne s'agit pas de 2 bêtes.
Where I've got different,
Ce que j'ai dit de différent,
that is the theme for the symbol head,
c'est le thème pour le symbole de la tête.
symbolizing differences or changes.
Ce qui signifie la différence ou le changement.
What's the theme for the second line?
Quel est donc le thème pour la deuxième ligne?
If the theme for the top first line is different,
Parce que le thème de la seconde ligne est différent.
what's the theme for the second line?
Alors quel est donc ce thème pour la deuxième ligne?
If you're going to give me one word, you can shout it out.
Vous pouvez me donner qu'un seul mot.
Same
La même chose.
or continuous.
Bien le continu.
So enough people got that, so I'm assuming we can see that.
Alors plusieurs personnes ont saisi le concept, donc je pense qu'on peut.
So this is why I said
Voilà ce que je suis en train de dire.
a king
Un roi
equals a beast
égale
equals a head equals a horn.
égale à une corne.
They're all symbols of the same thing.
Ce sont tous des symboles de la même chose.
That thing
Cette chose,
is not the king of the north.
ce n'est pas le roi du Nord.
Just the thing.
C'est juste une chose.
If you want to give it a name,
Si vous voulez lui donner un nom,
because we like calling it names,
parce que nous aimons identifier par un nom,
Babylon,
Babylone,
Medo-Persia,
Médo-Perse,
Greece,
la Grèce,
pagan Rome,
la Rome païenne,
not the papacy,
c'est pas la papauté,
not papal Rome,
c'est pas la Rome papale,
pagan Rome.
la Rome païenne,
European kings,
les rois européens,
the United States.
les États-Unis.
All of those things are the thing.
Toutes ces choses listées là représentent la chose.
Described in prophecy by these symbols,
C'est décrit dans la prophétie par ces symboles
which are all the same thing, just described differently.
qui représentent tous la même chose, mais c'est décrit différemment.
If we're all okay with that,
Si nous sommes tous et toutes d'accord,
in the history of the sixth,
donc dans l'histoire du sixième royaume,
we have a dead beast
nous avons une bête morte
and we have a living head.
et nous avons une tête vivante.
And I'm going to say we have an absent what?
Mais je vais dire qu'il y a quelque chose d'absent. Et c'est quoi?
Woman? Good.
La femme.
So before I said holiday, now I'm saying absent.
Avant, j'ai dit qu'elle était en vacances, cette femme. Maintenant, je dis qu'elle est absente.
Is the woman
Est-ce que la femme,
influencing the sixth kingdom?
est-ce que la femme influence le sixième royaume?
No,
Non,
because she's not there.
parce qu'elle n'y est pas.
So the question was,
La question était,
why does the sixth kingdom fall?
pourquoi le sixième royaume a-t-il échoué?
We know it doesn't fall because of any connection with the woman.
Nous savons qu'il n'échoue pas en raison d'une connexion quelconque avec la femme.
Can we all agree with that?
Est-ce que nous sommes tous en accord?
So we know what does not make it fall.
Nous savons ce qui ne le fait pas chuter.
What does not make it fall is the woman.
Ce qui ne le fait pas chuter, ce n'est pas la femme.
I'll phrase that in a better way.
Je vais l'exprimer d'une meilleure façon.
The sixth kingdom falls all by itself,
Le sixième royaume échoue de lui-même,
with no one's help.
avec l'aide de personne.
Are we okay with that?
Sommes-nous d'accord?
So why are you not okay with that, Tamina? So the reason why these questions, which are simple questions, aren't straightforward
Et la raison pour laquelle ces questions simples ne sont pas aussi faciles et directes,
is because of our preconceived ideas.
en raison de nos idées préconçues.
And I don't say that as an insult.
Je ne le dis pas en guise d'insulte.
That's what we're here to do. We're trying to step back from our biases, our preconceived ideas, and look at these things objectively.
Et c'est ce que nous essayons de faire, c'est de prendre du recul, de regarder nos idées préconçues et de voir différemment.
Go ahead, Tamina.
What if the woman comes back from holiday? What happens when a woman comes back from holiday?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe si la femme revient des vacances?
Did you say if or when?
Tu dis si ou quand?
When she comes back?
Je dis quand est-ce qu'elle revient de vacances, cette femme?
So I'm just going to come up with a silly answer.
Je vais te donner une réponse idiote.
She knows when her return flight is,
Elle connaît son vol de retour.
and it's not yet.
Ce n'est pas maintenant.
Cannot this make the sixth kingdom fall?
Et est-ce que ça ne fait pas que le sixième royaume chute?
It is what?
C'est quoi le it?
Her being back.
Le fait qu'elle revienne.
She's got a baby monitor,
Elle a un micro, un moniteur, ouais,
security camera.
une caméra de sécurité.
She's keeping a close eye on that sixth.
Et elle scrute vraiment le sixième.
As long as it stays six, she's never coming back.
Et tant qu'il reste le sixième, elle ne revient pas.
No fear of her coming back during the sixth.
Donc il n'y a aucune crainte à ce qu'elle revienne durant le sixième royaume.
She doesn't like six people.
Elle n'aime pas les personnes du sixième.
Doesn't like them.
Elle ne les aime pas.
No need to come back.
Elle n'a pas besoin de revenir.
I think I can follow your point. I wait how you develop things.
Our problem, our collective problem, is our modeling of what we think the sixth is, how it operates, what it looks like.
C'est comment nous croyons qu'est le sixième, à quoi il ressemble et comment il fonctionne.
But the logic shows you that the woman is not involved.
Mais la logique nous montre que la femme n'est pas impliquée dans le sixième.
So let's move on a bit.
Avançons un petit peu.
We're going to say this sixth.
Nous dirons que le sixième,
We already gave the answer that it's the lamb.
nous avons déjà donné la réponse que c'est un agneau.
We'll go with that.
Nous avançons avec cette réponse.
So the sixth
Donc le sixième,
is the lamb.
c'est l'agneau.
I'm going to give it another term,
Et on va donner un autre terme.
which we may not use now, but you need to have those stones.
Donc vous n'allez pas utiliser maintenant, mais vous allez suivre ces pierres.
The new world.
Le nouveau monde.
Everybody understand what the new world is
Tout le monde comprend ce qu'est le nouveau monde
compared to the old?
comparé à l'ancien monde.
Straight out of Ellen White's writings.
Là, on cite directement Hélène White.
Okay, so we've got the lamb, we've got the new world.
Nous avons l'agneau, nous avons le nouveau monde.
I'll put in connection with that
Et en lien avec ce nouveau monde,
the earth.
je mets la terre.
I'm not saying the sixth is the earth.
Je ne suis pas en train de dire que le sixième c'est la terre.
I could say that the sixth is the new world.
Je pourrais dire que le sixième c'est le nouveau monde.
So I'm going to put equals.
Je vais donc mettre le signe égal
I'll put equals because it depends what you mean by world.
parce que je mets égal parce que tout dépend de ce que vous voulez dire par le mot monde.
It's definitely not earth.
Et c'est assurément pas la terre.
The earth is connected to the sixth, but it's not the sixth.
La terre est connectée au sixième royaume, mais n'est pas le sixième.
We okay with that?
Vous êtes d'accord?
Revelation, this is Revelation 13.
Il s'agit là d'Apocalypse 13.
Revelation 13 talks about a sea,
L'Apocalypse 13 nous parle de la mer.
and I'm going to argue that sea is the opposite of earth,
Je vais dire que la mer, c'est l'opposé de la terre.
and they're dealing with geography.
et ça traite de la géographie.
Everybody okay with that?
Est-ce que vous êtes d'accord?
The landmass that we call the Americas
La terre que nous appelons les États-Unis, l'Amérique,
and Europe,
et l'Europe,
two continents.
c'est là, il s'agit de deux continents.
We okay with that?
Vous êtes d'accord?
So the sixth is the lamb,
Le sixième, donc, c'est l'agneau,
and the lamb has two horns.
et l'agneau a deux cornes.
Don't know what they mean. Don't know what they mean. No. Ellen White knows what it means. I don't.
Donc, je ne sais pas ce que ça signifie, mais Hélène White,
Ellen White is going to say
et Hélène White va dire
something about them. I don't know what.
quelque chose à leur sujet, je ne sais pas quoi.
But what she's going to say about this lamb
Mais ce qu'elle va dire sur cet agneau,
is that it's a good government.
c'est que c'est un bon gouvernement.
It's the government of the United States that's good.
C'est le gouvernement américain qui est bon.
It does good things.
Ce gouvernement fait de bonnes choses.
She infers
Elle sous-entend
that when that government
dans ce gouvernement
starts doing bad things,
commence à pratiquer des mauvaises choses.
same government
Ce gouvernement,
becomes a dragon.
ce gouvernement alors devient dragon.
Okay. So, quick question.
Question rapide.
I know this is difficult if you're going to have Ellen White in your brain, which you do have, many of you.
Je sais que ça sera difficile si vous avez dans votre esprit. Je sais que c'est ce que vous avez pour la plupart.
I put this in parentheses because this is an aside.
Je vais mettre cela entre parenthèses parce que c'est à part.
Dragon.
Le dragon.
Are you happy if I call it Bad USA?
Vous êtes d'accord si je l'appelle les États-Unis mauvais?
Every good. When I say Bad USA,
Quand je dis les mauvais États-Unis,
what's the definition of bad?
quelle est donc la définition de mauvais dans ce contexte?
Sophie, what's the definition of bad for you? What's a bad USA?
C'est quoi pour toi?
Which adopts the ideology of the woman.
I knew you were going to say that.
Je savais que c'est ce que tu aurais dit.
Which is similar to what Adrian said.
C'est similaire à ce qu'Adrien a dit.
Okay, so can a dragon be good?
Est-ce qu'un dragon peut être bon?
It's a similar question, but it's slightly different.
C'est une question similaire mais légèrement différente.
Can a dragon be good, Muriel?
Un dragon, Muriel, peut-il être bon?
For me, no. No. For me, no.
Muriel, no.
Pour,
Minda, yes. Dragons can be good. I want to stop there. Not to explain that, but to say this. Some of these ideas, in English they say hot off the press, they're brand new. When I say brand new, I mean like 6 or 7 months brand new, not 6 days.
Quand je dis nouveau, il s'agit de 6 à 7 mois, de 6 jours.
It's been, they're so new, people have not internalized them yet.
Ces informations sont si nouvelles que les personnes ne les ont pas encore internalisées.
And when a teacher,
Et quand un enseignant,
like Elder Terry or Curtis,
comme l'ancienne Terry ou Curtis,
will explain something,
veulent expliquer quelque chose,
they'll do it really well in a study.
ils le font très bien dans une étude.
I only mentioned those two not to disrespect anyone else. There are others who are good.
Ces deux personnes, je ne veux pas dérespecter les deux autres.
I'm guessing you're going to say this.
Je suppose que vous allez dire ce qui suit.
It made sense,
Ça a du sens,
but I didn't fully understand,
mais je n'ai pas vraiment compris.
and I definitely couldn't repeat it.
Et je ne peux vraiment pas le répéter.
But it seemed to make sense,
Mais ça semble avoir du sens.
because I'm going to suggest that both of them have said this.
Parce que je vais suggérer que les deux ont dit cela.
So when I ask the same, when I do the same thing,
Mais quand moi je viens et je fais la même chose,
I didn't do it in the midst of some study that you just accept and not fully understand.
je ne le fais pas au milieu d'une étude que vous avez acceptée ou que vous comprenez.
I ask it as an isolated, punctuated question.
Je le mets comme une question isolée.
And when I do that,
Et quand je le fais,
it exposes the fact that you don't actually agree with this.
ça expose le fait qu'en fait vous n'êtes pas en accord avec cette idée.
Because the way you have modeled these symbols
Parce que la façon dont vous avez modelé ces symboles,
is, according to the movement,
selon le mouvement,
if I can say it this way, the movement has moved on.
si je peux le dire de cette façon, le mouvement a avancé.
And you haven't caught up yet.
Et vous n'avez pas encore saisi.
And that's why a question like this will trip you up and you'll come up with I'm going to say an incorrect answer.
Pourquoi ces questions-là peuvent vous piéger et vous allez donner une mauvaise réponse?
The difficulty is this,
La difficulté est cela.
that you and I am facing
La difficulté que vous et moi faisons face,
is to try to conceptualize
c'est que nous essayons de conceptualiser
things that are obvious,
des choses qui sont évidentes.
because I can prove this is true.
Parce que je peux prouver que c'est vrai.
So let me just prove it's true.
Alors laissez-moi prouver.
Someone here said
Quelqu'un ici a dit
that the seventh kingdom
que le septième royaume
began before
commence avant,
the Sunday law.
avant la LD.
Does everybody agree with that?
Est-ce que tout le monde est en accord?
Sunday law was the seventh kingdom was around before the Sunday law came.
Le septième royaume était là déjà avant que la LD arrive.
Does anybody disagree with that?
Est-ce que quelqu'un est en désaccord?
Or they think that the seventh kingdom just came into prophetic history in 2024, not before?
Est-ce que quelqu'un est en désaccord et pense que le septième royaume est arrivé en 2024, mais pas avant?
Okay, if that's the case,
C'est le cas.
so we won't discuss the start.
On ne va pas discuter le début.
Say that's the Sunday law,
Disons qu'il s'agit là de la LD.
and we'll say the seventh kingdom is running through history.
Et on dit que le septième royaume parcourt l'histoire.
Does something significant happen here in the history of the seventh kingdom?
Mais il y a quelque chose de significatif qui s'est passé à la LD dans l'histoire du septième royaume.
Yes or no?
Oui ou non?
Yeah?
Yes.
I'll do this poetically.
Je le dis de façon poétique.
Sunday law.
La LD.
We'll just say something happens.
La loi du dimanche, on va simplement dire quelque chose s'est passé.
Let's call it a law.
Alors, appelons-la une loi.
I know it's an election.
Je sais que c'est une élection.
Who makes that change?
Mais qui a permis que ce changement se produise?
Who brought the law in?
Qui a introduit cette loi?
The sixth did it?
Le sixième.
The sixth is a lamb.
Mais le sixième, c'est un agneau.
Speaking of a nation, when the dragon speaks, so speaking of a nation,
Donc, quand le dragon parle, de parler d'une nation,
you know the rest. Let me step back.
donc laissez-moi revenir en arrière.
Is the seventh the dragon?
Est-ce que le septième, c'est le dragon?
Do we all agree with that?
Vous êtes tous d'accord?
Is the sixth the dragon?
Est-ce que le sixième, c'est le dragon?
What is the sixth, Vadim? You can just shout it.
C'est quoi? Dis la réponse.
Lamb.
C'est un agneau.
Six is lamb, seventh is dragon.
Le sixième, c'est un agneau. Le septième, c'est un dragon.
Are we all okay with that?
Est-ce que nous en sommes d'accord?
That's well established.
Parce que c'est bien établi.
At the Sunday law,
À la LD,
what does the seventh kingdom do?
que fait le septième royaume?
Can I just say bad?
Est-ce que je peux comment dire mauvais?
Did something bad.
Il fait quelque chose de mauvais
Sunday law.
à la LD.
What did it do before the Sunday law?
Mais avant la LD, que fait-il? Good.
If it did bad before,
s'il faisait mauvais avant,
then the Sunday law is not a waymark.
alors la LD, c'est plus une balise.
Because waymarks are barriers between two different experiences.
Parce que la balise, c'est une barrière entre deux expériences différentes.
The right side, the word is bad.
À droite, le mot, c'est mauvais.
I'm not manipulating you to turn to the left. You know what has to be on the left.
Je ne te manipule pas pour savoir ce qui est à gauche, tu dois savoir ce qui est à gauche.
You've only got one choice,
Tu n'as qu'un seul choix.
and it's not preparation.
Ce n'est pas la préparation.
Because preparation
Préparation,
and bad are not siblings.
la préparation et le mot mauvais ne sont pas parents.
Preparation and action
La préparation, c'est une action.
could be siblings.
Et la préparation et action, ça peut être des parents.
So I could say, at the Sunday law, it's doing something
Je pourrais dire qu'à la LD, ils font quelque chose.
before it's preparing, but that wasn't my question.
Mais avant, ils se préparaient, mais ce n'était pas ma question.
If it's doing bad afterwards,
S'il fait quelque chose de mauvais après,
you can't be saying it's doing a little bit of bad before.
vous ne pouvez pas dire qu'il fait un petit peu de choses mauvaises avant la LD.
Has to be doing good.
Ça veut dire qu'il doit faire quelque chose de bien avant la LD.
So let me ask a question.
Laissez-moi vous poser une question.
Kings,
Les rois,
that's the thing.
c'est la chose.
What are kings supposed to do? What are they designed to do?
Qu'est-ce qu'un roi est supposé faire? Quelle est sa mission?
To rule, to govern.
De régner, gouverner.
This is not an American idea.
Il ne s'agit pas là d'une idée américaine
Of the people,
des personnes,
by the people,
par les personnes,
and the most important one,
et
that she didn't translate. She didn't translate yet. And the most important one,
le plus important
for the people.
pour le peuple.
That's the most important thing.
C'est la chose la plus importante.
Kings are created to serve people.
Les rois sont créés pour servir les gens.
Is the seventh a king?
Est-ce que le septième, c'est un roi?
Yes. What was it created for?
Pourquoi a-t-il été créé?
To serve the people.
Servir le peuple.
Serving the people is good or bad?
Servir le peuple, c'est une bonne chose ou une mauvaise chose?
It's good.
C'est une bonne chose.
You can demonstrate this different ways.
On peut le démontrer de différentes façons.
But the seventh kingdom
Le septième royaume
is good
est bon
at the beginning.
au commencement.
It becomes bad.
Il devient mauvais.
What makes the seventh kingdom bad?
Qu'est-ce qui rend le septième royaume mauvais?
Before you answer that question,
Avant de répondre à cette question,
we have to compare it to the sixth.
il nous faut le comparer avec le sixième.
This is a question about the sixth, not the seventh.
C'est une question sur le sixième royaume, pas sur le septième.
Why would a kingdom
Pourquoi un royaume
begin?
commence? Pourquoi un royaume commence-t-il?
Why does number 6 begin?
Pourquoi le numéro 6 a-t-il commencé?
Because 5 is dead.
Parce que le cinquième est mort.
5 is dead.
Le cinquième est mort.
Why did 5 die?
Pourquoi le cinquième est-il mort?
I'll say it poetically.
Je vais le dire d'une façon poétique.
Someone killed it.
Quelqu'un l'a tué.
Why was it killed?
Pourquoi a-t-il été tué?
Because it became bad.
Parce qu'il est devenu mauvais.
If it had stayed good,
S'il était resté bon,
would someone want to kill it?
est-ce que quelqu'un aurait voulu le tuer?
No.
Non.
He wouldn't die.
Il n'aurait pas, il serait pas mort.
Wouldn't die.
Il ne serait pas mort.
There wouldn't be a need for a sixth.
On n'aurait pas besoin du sixième.
Sixth comes,
Le sixième est arrivé,
says, look at me.
a dit, mais regardez-moi,
I'm really
je suis
good.
Je suis
gets into power,
Et devinez quand il est au pouvoir,
goes along,
alors il avance
and becomes
et il devient donc,
bad,
il devient mauvais.
and then dies.
Et ensuite il meurt.
What made it become bad?
Qu'est-ce qui fait qu'il devient mauvais?
We know it's not
Nous savons que ce n'est pas,
the woman.
ce n'est pas la femme.
It became bad all by itself.
Il devient mauvais par lui-même.
If we can't conceptualize that, let's accept it.
Même si on ne peut pas le conceptualiser, essayons d'accepter.
When it dies,
Quand il meurt,
the seventh comes
le septième arrive
for the people.
pour le peuple.
They won't have a seventh
Ils n'ont pas besoin d'un septième
if it's not for the people.
si ce n'est pas pour le peuple.
Is it good?
Est-ce qu'il est bon?
Yes.
Oui.
So along the line,
Quelque part dans l'histoire,
now the seventh is going to become bad, as it says on the board.
le septième va devenir mauvais comme ça l'est écrit au tableau.
Now that bad
Maintenant, ce mauvais là,
on the board
qui se trouve au tableau,
is not the same bad as the sixth.
ce n'est pas le même mauvais.
Where it says good here,
Quand il nous est dit bon ici,
for the people,
bon pour le peuple,
I'm just going to put sixth here
je vais mettre donc le sixième avant le septième,
at the end.
à la fin.
Was the sixth kingdom good or bad?
Le sixième royaume est-il bon ou mauvais?
The sixth kingdom has always been good. It's a lamb.
Le sixième royaume a toujours été bon, c'est un agneau.
Always good.
Le sixième est toujours bon.
Why does it die?
Alors pourquoi meurt-il?
Because it becomes bad.
Parce qu'il est devenu mauvais.
So I'm going to put bad here.
Donc je vais écrire mauvais là.
Good kingdom,
Un bon royaume,
always good,
ça, s'il est toujours bon,
begins to become bad and then dies.
il commence donc un royaume devient toujours bon et après il devient mauvais, alors il meurt.
Seventh kingdom,
Le septième royaume,
for the people,
pour le peuple,
good.
il est bon.
But
Mais
the seventh kingdom
le septième royaume
is a bad.
est mauvais.
So this one here, where it says good,
Le septième, quand il est bon,
for the people.
c'est parce qu'il est pour le peuple.
Does that make sense?
Est-ce que ça a du sens?
For the people is good.
Quand il est pour le peuple, il est bon.
The bad bit,
Mais la partie mauvaise,
I'm just going to say behaves badly.
je vais dire qu'il se comporte mal.
You can behave badly
Vous pouvez mal vous comporter,
and still serve the people, can't you?
continuer à servir le peuple, n'est-ce pas?
When I say behaves badly,
Quand je dis se comporte mal,
if you've got an eraser
si vous avez un effaceur,
and if you put a president's name in your brain, erase that out.
et si vous placez le nom d'un président dans votre esprit, ben effacez-le.
There are no presidents in this story.
Il n'y a pas de président dans cette histoire. Which story, c'est vrai?
The story that I've been telling so far.
Oh, l'histoire que je suis en train de vous dire.
I said good here.
Alors, je mets bon là.
What's the definition of good?
Quelle est donc la définition du bon?
For the people.
Pour le peuple.
What's the definition of this bad?
Et quelle est la définition de mauvais?
Will do for himself.
On va dire pour lui-même.
For itself.
Pour lui-même.
Not people.
Pas pour le peuple.
And it's still bad.
Et il est toujours
This bad
ce mauvais là.
and this bad.
Ces deux mauvais là.
Has it got worse?
Est-ce que ça sent?
No. It's not got worse.
Ça va pas s'empirer.
What makes it go from good to bad?
Qu'est-ce qui le fait passer de bon à mauvais?
woman. The woman gets involved now, and she makes this thing, this seventh kingdom, do things for itself and not the people. It might seem counterintuitive, but it's logical. If that's the case, I'll put a woman here. Before the Sunday law, where's the woman? She's still on holiday. She's not there. That's why the dragon can be good. Because the woman's not there. So I've said here this bad. I'm just going to say it's a little worse. Little worse than it was before. And that's what attracts the woman. The dragon, the seventh kingdom, finally becomes just that little bit attractive. Same person, same thing, but now it looks a lot more attractive. The woman says, let's do some fornication now. And as soon as that happens, the seventh kingdom says, I think I'm going to take care of myself now. Not for the people. We've gone way over time, and I haven't answered question 1 yet. But we're a long way into into answering it. Yeah. We just have to tie up some loose pieces. We've got all the pieces of the puzzle together. You just need to put it together quickly. This afternoon. I hope that wasn't too difficult. Everybody who's here in person, if that was confusing, please ask during the break. Let's pray. I want to apologize to translators for going over time. Holy God, we thank you that you might guide, direct, and bless us. I want to ask for grace today, that I would receive a special outpouring of grace, and that those who are here with me may also receive a blessing, that I might be able to talk clearly, and they may receive a special blessing of wisdom. We thank you for being with us and guiding us. In Jesus' name, Amen.